Parents, if tomorrow the government ban all the certificates, will you still wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. and send your child to that institution you call school? Will you? However, it can't. After all, it benefits from the incompetence and the miseducation of its citizens. Stay with me. Sit down and relax. We're in class. You're learning. Please, if you realize, as a parent, it's fundamentally important to ask yourself that question. If you realize that the answer to that question is a no, then guess what? It does reveal that your child is not in school for knowledge, but is in school for a paper. And guess what? I need to tell you this fact. We have moved from that world where a paper meant everything to a world where a paper means nothing. Please, I need to tell you the 5th February 2026 fact in China. China's Ministry of Education approved professional doctorates whose evidence was not a piece of paper, was not paper thesis, but was evidence-based. Product, service, commercialized the service, or a patent. Why? Because they wanted to have elite engineers who foster innovation. What does this signal? It signals that they were offered credentials not because they sat a 2-hour exam and emerged with high marks. No, not because they spent time in school. So are you seeing how we have moved from time-based to evidence-based? It is already happening in China. Here we are just looking at the signs and symptoms here, and then we complain. But that is the message the marketplace is communicating, that you know what? We do not need graduates. We need thinkers. We need creators. We need producers. So what does this signal to you as a parent? It does signal that you need to shift from the time frame to the evidence frame. So you nurture your child as a child who is competent, who is a thinker, who is a creator, who is a producer, who is having that sharp mindset that looks in the society and is like, there is this problem, it pains me. I'm not happy with this problem. A lot of people are going through this, experiencing this problem. This is what I can as well do with who I am, with who they are. So they have to be purpose aware. So the first question you need to sit down and ask yourself is, who is your child, not their name. You see, the school system, I always call it the imported factory school system. The first question they ask your child is, what's your name? In the real world, the first question they ask you is, who are you? Who are you? And it doesn't call for your name, but it calls for what is that value you hold within you that you can as well place in the marketplace and help people. Because when you do help people, guess what happens? You attract fortune. So ask that question, who is your child? And help them to reveal who exactly they are. Then once that is done, you're gonna be in position to know what information they must consume. They must prioritize so that they don't feed on noise, so that they don't feed on confusion. And you build competent adults that offer value to the society, and the society rewards them with fortune. Does it make sense? So by doing so, or by thinking in such frames, you have moved from time frame where your child needs to spend 15, 18, 20 years in school and emerge as a winner because they have a piece of paper. Make sense? You've moved from that because it doesn't mean everything. To your child thinking, what problem can I solve? What solution can I curate? Here's my solution. Give it to the society. After giving it to the society gives back your child what is termed to be a credential. That's a receipt that is saying you are the right person to solve this problem. Please go on. And that's how they earn credibility. We have people with PhDs, degrees, masters, and PhDs are not making an impact in the society. That is not a credential. That's not a credential. Credential is where your child has something of value they offer to the society, and the society communicates back that, you know what, whatever you provided to us, it is a thing of value. Please continue. That's credential. That's trust. That's leverage. Does it make sense? Please think in such frames. If you want hope, I'm Daniel Trimila. I'm building the first institution in Africa that is producing CEOs under the age of 19. I pulled my kids out of the imported school factory system because I wanted a different test of education for them. And guess what? When I looked in the marketplace, I didn't find any institution, curriculum, or timetable that builds my kids to be purpose-aware individuals, creators, producers, or thinkers. And guess what? The psychology of complaining says that I'm not allowed to complain without offering a solution. So I realized that school is a structure. If it is not meeting my needs, I needed to build one. I built my own methodology. So whatever I'm communicating, I have a skin in this game. I'm not speaking from theory. If you need assistance, please DM Purpose, and I will be in position to reach out to you and help you out, discover who exactly your child is and what information must they consume, what environment must they spend 80% of their time so that they grow that purpose and become valuable.